Hey everyone, so quick Terraria news video. We've had a few interesting bits pop up over the past week, so as always, let's jump into it. Now first off, I actually missed a spoiler in the last video. Red put up a status that said, what is your favorite phaseblade color? And with a little context, it's quite easy to spot now, but quite literally, I commented on this and didn't even notice. So if you haven't already caught it, the image itself is called Projectile 1068. And obviously, as we know in 1.4.4, phaseblades are not projectiles. Now, in a follow-up post to this, we actually got a tweet from Jim. He wrote, looks like these phaseblades are really cutting-edge technology in the art of luminous combat. And attached was a brand new spoiler of 1.4.5 and also a reworking of phaseblades. And I have to say, just straight off the bat, these look incredible. So you can see that they're still true melee, but you can also throw them out as well. Not only that, you can also see that you can stick them in the ground and actually swap to a different weapon while still having that phaseblade still stuck in the ground. Now, I know I said in my last video that I really wanted phaseblades to look like the ones from Starlight River, but you know what? Honestly, I feel like this is equally as good. Now, I actually quoted Jim's tweet and said, I wonder how the sticking to enemies / swapping to the space gun works. And surprisingly, we actually got a response from Red that said it doesn't return until you call it back. It will stay in the ground and damage any enemies that walk into it. So now these phaseblades are kind of like true melee mixed with a projectile like a boomerang, and then also kind of like a summoning sentry. Most of the time I play Terraria, I stick to a single class, like that's just the way I like to play the game, but it's really cool that this weapon is quite literally saying, hey, slap it down, and then maybe swap to something else and see what kind of synergy you can make. Now I'm sure they've thought of this, but obviously you do get phaseblades in different colors, so I wonder what would happen if you threw down a red one and then swapped to, say, an orange one, threw that down onto the ground. Like, would they cancel each other out, or could you keep going through the full spectrum of the colors? So moving on, somebody wrote a suggestion on the Terraria forums that said, flares should be shown on map or similar to that of teaming, where it shows player of the same team on map and in-game, and also shows distance. Well, Red responded and said, that's an interesting idea, actually. Next up, somebody wrote to Red and said, hey Red, the performance of the Paladin's hammer in the post-Plantera is not outstanding. Can we adjust it? And Red responded, sure. Next up, somebody wrote to Red and said, hey Red, I've been trying to get rainbow blocks in my world, but finding rainbow slimes is so hard. Could it be possible to increase their spawn rate? At first, Red responded and said, I'll look at the spawn rates, but then made a follow-up post that said, I increased their spawn rates a tad and made them affected by players' luck. Next up, somebody made a suggestion that said, please add a seed that removes spider biomes. And Red responded, fine, but there's a 50% chance it adds more spiders. And on the topic of seeds, Red put up a status that said, today I added a stress ball to Terraria. You're gonna need it. And in response to somebody else, Red said, we've done some amazing things that players will thoroughly enjoy. And I also accidentally made a seed so heinous, it makes Legendary Get Fixed Boy seem like a trip to the ice cream store. And as someone who's been playing through Legendary mode as a summoner, which is quite the challenge, honestly, I can't wait to see what's next. Senex actually put up a tweet today that said, it is Monday, so that means I don't get to continue testing the thing I was testing with Red all weekend. It also means the next time I get to test the thing, it will be that much better. And I have a feeling they were probably playing that secret seed. And finally, Senex put up a post on the Terraria forums that said, watching Red make a ticket for something the community has been requesting for years because he was finally inconvenienced. And it's going to be interesting finding out what that was. Like, was it spawn rate? Was it drop rate? Or was it something larger? Alright, so that's it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.